It
Like,
began
I'm
on a
not
quiet
poly,
Sunday
but
night.
like even just
One
when
of those
everybody
evenings where the
heard
world
that
feels
like me and
still,
my husband
almost
had
too
threesomes
peaceful,
before, it
like
was
something
like,
big is
oh,
waiting to
she's willing to
happen.
do that to keep a
Aaron
man. I'm
Pierre
like,
sat alone in his apartment,
that
the
was
glow
all
of his
me.
phone lighting up the
That was
dark
all
room.
me. Like, but I
Every
hate the
few
idea of
seconds,
people
new
thinking like
notifications appeared,
it's always the guy that wants
headlines,
this, that. So
clips,
she introduced you
interviews,
to
and they
the
all
poly
had
life.
one
It's
name:
like me
Tayiana
introducing
Taylor.
that, you know what I'm
Her
saying, to my
comeback had
husband, and
taken
it's
over
just
the
like, yo,
internet.
this is what I.
Her new music video, her red carpet look, her emotional performance. It was everywhere. This wasn't just a return. It was a full-blown storm. And Aaron couldn't look away. For months he had convinced himself he was fine. He smiled in interviews, told friends he was focused on his work, and acted like the breakup hadn't broken him. But deep down he knew the truth. Losing Tayiana was the biggest mistake of his life. And tonight, as he watched her shine brighter than ever, that truth hit him harder than ever before. Their breakup had been one of Hollywood's loudest. What started as a quiet separation quickly turned into chaos. Posts, interviews, and rumors painted two very different stories. Aaron's team portrayed him as calm and composed, while Tayiana was labeled emotional and dramatic. But behind the headlines was pain, the kind that doesn't fade easily. When the news first broke, Aaron played it cool. He went out, smiled for the cameras, and talked about focusing on growth. But his friends saw through the act. The late nights, the canceled plans, the empty stare. All signs that something inside him was broken. Tayiana, on the other hand, went silent. No posts. No appearances. No interviews. She vanished, but that silence wasn't weakness. It was rebuilding. It was power quietly forming. Months passed. Then one night she came back, not with words but with fire. A surprise performance at an award show no one saw coming. The lights dimmed and the crowd went silent. Then out walked Tayiana Taylor. She looked like everything she had been through had transformed her. Stronger, calmer, unstoppable. The moment the music started, the audience erupted before she even sang a note. And when she finally did, her voice carried pain, power, and healing all at once. Her lyrics felt like truth wrapped in melody. You thought breaking me made you strong, but I was just learning how to fly. The crowd gasped. Everyone knew who she was talking about. Even Aaron. Watching from that dark apartment, he felt something twist inside him. It wasn't anger or jealousy, it was regret. For the first time, Aaron realized Tayiana's silence had never been about defeat. It was about transformation. While he was trying to prove he didn't care, she was proving she didn't need him. That night, the internet exploded. Hashtags about her comeback dominated every feed. Fans called her the Phoenix, the woman who rose from heartbreak to take back her power. And deep down, Aaron knew she had won. But it wasn't fame or applause that hurt him. It was knowing he had misjudged her. He remembered the arguments, the late nights, the harsh words. He remembered calling her too much, when in truth she was just more passion, more love, more truth than he could handle. He remembered how she looked at him during their final fight, tears in her eyes, still trying to hold on to what they had, and how he turned away like it didn't matter. But it mattered more than he ever admitted. A few days after her performance, Aaron posted a single Instagram story. Just a black screen with the words, "Growth takes pain." Fans assumed it was about his work, but those close to him knew better. It was about her. He stopped posting after that. No appearances. No interviews. Just silence. Behind closed doors, he was replaying her songs, scrolling through old photos and reading comments from fans who still believed in them. One friend said he even wrote her a message, a long one, but never sent it. Maybe because he knew it wouldn't change anything. Maybe because he finally understood the truth. He had lost the one person who saw him completely and still loved him anyway. Meanwhile, Tayiana wasn't looking back. She was thriving. Her music was charting, her smile was brighter, and her eyes held peace. When asked about Aaron in a recent interview, she didn't throw shade. She didn't even say his name. She simply said, "I wish peace for everyone who once knew me." That sentence said everything. She was done mourning. She had moved on, gracefully, powerfully, completely. And that's when Aaron finally spoke. During a casual interview about his new film, a host asked him about lessons learned from past relationships. He paused, took a deep breath, and said softly, "Sometimes you don't realize what you have until you've lost it. I made mistakes. I was wrong about a lot of things, especially about her." The room went silent. It wasn't scripted. It wasn't PR. It was real. And in that moment, everyone watching could feel it. The end of denial, the beginning of truth. Because love, once gone, doesn't always break with noise. Sometimes it fades with a whisper. And for Aaron Pierre, that whisper sounded a lot like Tayiana Taylor's voice on stage. Free, fierce, and gone forever. I didn't understand her when she needed me to, and I'll always regret that. For the first time, the world saw the real Aaron. Not the actor, not the celebrity, but the man behind the spotlight. The clip of that interview spread like wildfire across social media. Within hours, comments poured in. "It's about time he admitted it," one person wrote. Another said, "Too late now. She's already moved on." But one comment stood out from all the rest. It came from a Tayiana Taylor fan page quoting her own lyric. "I don't need closure when peace is mine." That one line said it all. Tayiana didn't need his apology anymore. Her success, her strength, her peace spoke louder than any words he could offer. Still, that moment meant something. It showed growth. Not just for Aaron, but for both of them. The same man who once mocked her emotions was now praising her strength. And the same woman who once begged to be understood now had the world celebrating her resilience. It was poetic. The kind of full-circle moment only life itself could write. Days later, paparazzi spotted Aaron sitting alone at a small cafe, headphones on, staring out the window. Someone nearby claimed they could hear Tayiana's new song playing softly through his phone. Maybe it was just coincidence. Or maybe finally he was really listening. To her music, to her pain, to the truth she had been trying to tell him all along. Meanwhile, Tayiana shared a short video on social media. No captions. No cryptic message. Just her laughing with her team in the studio. Glowing, happy, free. But sharp-eyed fans noticed something written in bold letters on the whiteboard behind her. No hard feelings, just higher ceilings. That phrase went viral in minutes. People immediately connected it to Aaron's emotional interview. It wasn't a dig, it wasn't revenge. It was evolution. Her way of saying she had moved on, not with bitterness but with peace. And maybe that's what made her story so powerful. Tayiana didn't need to destroy Aaron to win. She didn't need drama or revenge. He just needed to heal. And in doing so, she showed the world, and him, what real strength looks like. As the weeks passed, the noise around them began to fade. But for fans, this story stayed alive. Not because of gossip, but because it felt real. It was about growth, forgiveness, and learning when to let go. Aaron started talking more openly in interviews. Not about fame or success, but about accountability. He admitted that fame had once made him arrogant, that he had confused silence with peace when it was really avoidance. He spoke about emotional intelligence, about learning to listen instead of defend, and about respecting partners instead of trying to control them. People noticed the change. His tone was softer. His words carried sincerity. He wasn't the defensive, polished version of himself anymore. He was raw, human. A man learning in public what he had failed to understand in private. And as for Tayiana, her rise only continued. Her new songs hit the charts. Her visuals trended worldwide. She was booked for award shows, brand deals, and magazine covers. But more than that, she seemed genuinely happy. Not the forced, camera-ready kind of happiness. The real kind that comes from peace, healing, and acceptance. In every interview, she radiated grace. She didn't need to talk about Aaron. She didn't need to prove anything. Her success was her answer, her smile was her statement. Months later, fate brought them into the same room again. It was at a charity gala in Los Angeles. Their first public encounter since everything had fallen apart. The air was tense, cameras flashing, fans watching every move. But there was no scene, no confrontation. Aaron quietly approached her, said something under his breath. Tayiana looked at him for a moment, smiled gently and nodded. Then she turned and walked away. No drama. Just closure. The video clip of that small exchange went viral within hours. He said sorry, one fan wrote. And she accepted it with grace. It was the ending of a story that had once been written in heartbreak and pride, now rewritten in maturity and peace. That night, Aaron posted a short message on his Instagram story. "You don't always get second chances, but you do get to grow." Simple. Honest. The next morning, Tayiana posted a sunrise photo with the caption, "Peace looks good on me." And it did. Their story was no longer just another Hollywood breakup. It became a symbol of healing, of rediscovery, of what it means to evolve after losing love. Aaron's regret wasn't about reputation or image anymore. It was about realization, finally understanding too late what love really meant. Learning that connection is deeper than attention, and that losing someone genuine hurts more than losing the spotlight. Tayiana's strength wasn't revenge. It was rebirth. She turned heartbreak into art, pain into purpose. She didn't rise by burning bridges. She rose by building herself. In the end, their story reminded everyone that not all endings are failures. Sometimes love doesn't last forever, but it leaves lessons that do. And maybe that's the beauty of it. Because peace, after all, isn't found in the noise of reconciliation. It's found in the quiet strength of moving on. And as the sun rose on that new chapter, both of them, in their own ways, finally found it.